Hi, welcome along to AFTV. We are down here at Craven Cottage. Looking forward to the game. Arsenal taking on Fulham. First game of the new season. I know the only one just finished the last one, but we are back here for a new season. And I'm here with the guys from Fulhamish, Jack and Joe, and we're going to preview the game. Looking forward to it?
Yeah, really excited. We've only just finished our season as well, so really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Good to be back. Premier League?
I'm buzzing, but I'm slightly worried that we could be underprepared. But look, we've just got to give it our all, obviously, and we don't want a repeat of last time, really.
Well, I do want to repeat of last time, of course. Last time we come down here, Arsenal winning the game by 5-1. I remember we were sat in here, just behind there actually, all the Arsenal fans singing, "We got our Arsenal back, remember that, right? Unai Emery was just coming, we was looking all bright, brilliant. Then after that, it went all downhill. Well, not straight after that, but it started to go downhill. Also went downhill for you guys as well, because you ended up that season getting relegated. So what was it like, you know, being back in the Championship and to be able to come back up?
I mean, it was better in the Championship to win more games, and I think it was like more entertaining for us as fans to watching us getting thrashed every week like we were the season before. But it was really great to see the fact that like we had a better team. We seemed to be much stronger than I think even we were at times the season we went up before that. And I'm so glad we did come up, because I was worried that if we didn't, we'd lose players such as like Mitrovic that stayed with us when we went back down. And I'm really optimistic this time that we can do better than give it a better shot than last time. I think we've been written off by quite a few people because of what happened last time, but we've been smarter with our recruitment. I feel that defensively Parker's better than Djukanovic was, and whatever happened after that with the other two managers. And I'm just hoping that we can give it a better shot starting with Saturday.
£100 million spent last time you came up. There was a lot of optimism around the place then. It went pear-shaped. You've kind of done something similar to like what we've done at Arsenal in bringing in a young manager, a manager who used to play for the club in Scott Parker, and he has turned things around, hasn't he?
I tell you what, we did doubt him at times last season. There was times where, you know, I remember we lost to Stoke 2-0 and they were doing really badly, and I was thinking, I don't think this season's going anywhere. Lost on the opening day to Barnsley, and I was just like, I don't think he's the man to take us up. But I don't want to sound like insensitive, but I think if there wasn't a lockdown, I don't think we would have got promoted. I think that the fact that we had a break galvanised the squad. We were more tactically better. Parker was a better tactical manager, and you know, we lost the first 2 games after lockdown, but we really did defensively get better, and that's why we got promoted, because we got into the playoffs against a Brentford team who have the best front 3 in the Championship, and we did an absolute job on them. And I'm delighted we're back in the Premier League, and I just hope that, you know, Parker and Fulham as a whole club can learn from their lessons and actually do one better and stay up this season. Okay,
listen, the first game of the season, you're not going to have the fans in here. I mean, I always look on it sometimes when clubs come up into a new division, into the Premier League, all their fans are absolutely buzzing for that first game. You know, the atmosphere. We saw it with Norwich last year. It gives them a real bounce. We saw it with all the promoted teams last year. You're not going to have that on Saturday. Is that going to work against you?
I hope not, because I do think you're right. I do think it would be buzzing in there, especially with how we got up, beating our local rivals, and that amazing run towards the end, including the playoffs. So I hope it doesn't count against us. I also hope that it maybe calms their nerves a bit, because there's a few of the players that are still there that were in the Premier League last time when it didn't go right. And I'm hoping that the fact there's no plans there sort of makes the nerves of what happened last time a bit less. But yeah, I think it probably helps Arsenal, but I do think it possibly helps us a bit as well.
Okay. Now, I don't want to alarm you, yeah? I've got some stats here, right? So, some of these stats here I got from Opta. Fulham have lost each of their last 5 Premier League matches against Arsenal, conceding 9 goals in their 2 defeats. The last time that was the last time they was in the Premier League, and that was we beat you 5-1 here and then we beat you 4-1 away, right? So that's one stat. I've got another one for you, right? Arsenal have not lost any of their last 24 matches in the month of September. Right, so that's 19 wins, 5 draws. That's pretty impressive. And then there was one other one that I wanted to tell you about. Fulham have lost their last 10 top-flight London derbies, losing all 10 in the 2018-19 season. As I said, I don't want to alarm you, but that's not a great record going. Really, some records are made to be broken. But you've got to say, it looks stacked up for Arsenal.
It screams 1-0 Fulham then, I think. Look,
well, the last time you beat Arsenal was in 2012, and it was 1-0, wasn't it?
I think it was 2-1, Zamora last minute, and then there was one back in 2009 when we won 1-0. Look, Arsenal. Do you know what's funny about last season? The season before, when we played Arsenal, we looked good in the first half and then crumbled and you won 5-1, whatever. And then Emirates, I reckon we could have won that game. I reckon you'll agree with me. Sessegnon missed a really good chance. I think Mitrovic had a chance. We created so much, and because Arsenal's defence wasn't great that season, we opened you up quite easily. And and then of course our defence was even worse. We conceded 4 goals. Look, yeah, Arsenal's record is very good here. We don't beat you often. I think your team is better than last season, better than the last time we played you as well. Saka, fantastic player. Aubameyang's on form. Lacazette's still at the club. Ceballos is back. I mean, it all screams to an Arsenal. Well, I said it screams Fulham 1-0, but I think Arsenal will probably win the game. It's just whether we can not embarrass ourselves, make a good account of ourselves, look at least defensively stable, because we've got big games coming up. We've got Leeds and Villa. We've got to win those games.
As an Arsenal fan, who do I need to worry about in the Fulham team?
Mitrovic is like the obvious
Definitely.
answer. Yeah, it's the obvious answer, and he scored the other day on international duty for Serbia. He's scoring goals for club and country. I imagine we might see Cabano play, who's in great form when we were in the playoffs. He'd scored 3 free kicks in 3 games, so I imagine he'll want to continue that again. He nearly scored one at Wembley as well. But Mitrovic is the main threat, and the problem that we had last season at times was that all our goals came through him. And if he didn't score, we were sort of thinking, who is going to score? So I'm hoping that changes this season. What you said about the London derbies, and that's completely true. And last time we were in the Premier League, I think that we sort of referred to these games against teams like Arsenal as like free hits. And I just hope we don't do that this season, because you can pick points off teams like Arsenal. And I just hope that we don't go into any of these games expecting to lose, because Parker's first game for Fulham was against Arsenal here. And we lost that game, and I just hope that he doesn't want to repeat of that as well.
Yeah. What's the style of Fulham? Because obviously I remember you were trying to play quite an attacking style when you were up in the Premier League before. But what's the style of Fulham now?
It's changed since we were last in the Premier League. I think Parker's brought in a philosophy where he does want to keep the ball. We do knock it about, but I feel like the tempo, the build-up is too slow at times. And I think the games last season, we're getting very frustrated. But actually, it kind of did work to our advantage. I mean, when we don't have the ball, we stay compressed in our 4-3-3 formation. We've got players like Harrison Reed, who's just signed permanently. He kind of just blocks off the transitions, and hopefully we can see that kind of thing against Arsenal. But on the ball, we like to keep it. We play out from the back like Arsenal do. So chances to press for both teams. I think that will be interesting to see up front.
What's your pre-season been like?
Well, the club doesn't like to say much. I mean, like you, we had a game on August 4th, so the playoff final. So we've only actually played 2 friendlies against MK Dons, like you did, drew 2-2, which is not a great result. And then we beat Southampton, Premier League, Southampton 2-1 at the weekend. So I can't really draw anything from this pre-season. I think it's been odd for everyone. I just hope that, like I said, we can just make a better account of ourselves. I want to stay in the Premier League. I want to establish ourselves back as a Premier League team. I mean, we were here 13 years. And then we were away for a few, and we're back, and we went down, and then we're back. Don't want to turn into a yo-yo club. We've got to cement our place in the Premier League. Okay, well, guys, listen. I hope you hope you lose at the weekend, right? Because we need that win. But I would love to see you guys stay up. I'd love to be back in here. It's one of my favourite grounds to visit. Old school ground. Although you're doing a lot of work at the moment, there's pure work going on around. You're building a new stand. There's going to be all shops. Is that going to change the flavour around here a bit?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that one thing it changes is the neutral end and turns it into just home and away. Because at the moment, they're not allowed to do that because there's only one set of turnstiles.
I think the coronavirus will change any neutral end. That's it. Neutral ends is over.
But yeah, I don't know if any of you haven't seen the pictures. I mean, the new stand looks like it's going to be amazing. Obviously, it's an old school ground and they're going to keep the character, but it just looks like it's just taking it up a level, and I'm really excited.
All right, predictions.
I'll never predict Fulham to lose. I'll go 1-1.
1-1.
I mean, my heart says 1-1, but like you said on our channel, I think 3-1 to Arsenal. I hope we score and get off the mark at least.
Wow, they're pretty negative around there, but
No, I want to stay positive. Like a lot.
just said 3-1 ain't positive.
No, but, I mean, my heart says I'll say 1-1 then. I think that a lot of our fans have been quite negative because we haven't signed a centre back, but I feel better about this one than last time. I'm less naive. I thought we came into the Premier League. I know I'm rambling. Sorry. We came into the Premier League with this like kind of Leeds. Like Leeds will think that they can do really, really well this season because of the style of football, and it was the same with Arsenal. Same with Fulham last time out. With this time, I've grown up a little bit. I'm more aware of the situation. I'm more aware that we are the relegation strugglers, and it's just whether we can beat the drop as opposed to get Europe. It's not going to happen, is it?
Well, I'm going 3-1. I'm pretty confident, even though we still got business to be done, and we haven't really had a lot of games. But we look good in the FA Cup. We look good in the Community Shield against Liverpool. But are we gonna, have that same intensity in this game? If we do, I think we'll win it. But we've got to have that. But looking forward to the game. Ain't gonna be here, unfortunately, which I'm gonna miss. But looking forward to it. Thank you to you guys, and let's hope we get an Arsenal win. Robbie here from AFTV. We just got to say a big thank you to everybody who follows us across our various channels. Over 1 million followers on YouTube. Don't forget, you can now also catch us on Reddit. We're on Reddit, so get involved with us on Reddit and also on TikTok. Keep it AFTV, baby, right here.